Good evening and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Saturday night and we're going for a Brewdog beer, and it's one I've not tried before, and I thought, well, I saw it in Asda for a bargain of £4 for 4, so I'll give it a try. The beer in question is this one. It is Brewdog's Indie, and Indie, and it's going to focus. It's not going to focus, is it? It is called the Independent Pale Ale, and it weighs in at 4.2%, and it says on the can, an independent pale ale made in CinemaScope in Scotland, born of independence and destined to live independently. This is craft beer for the people. Good honest beer built from hops, barley, yeast and water. Beer like it should be. Indie, stereophonic ale for the 21st century. And it does say that it's vegan friendly and store cold and drink it fresh when... Well, I'm storing it cold. Asda, on the other hand, keep it on the shelf, so they're not keeping it at its best. And it says here that, yeah, where are we? Yeah, there's a bit more gumph about Brewdog. I'm not going to read it. It's a waste of time. Now, it says store cold and drink fresh. This was canned on. No, it's BBE is April 2020. So it's what, a couple of months old, I'm guessing. They put about a year on it, so we're in mid-June. So there we are, Indie Independent Pale Ale from Brewdog. Let's crack it open, pour, and see what we get. So we're going to pour into Lemmy's glass today. It's not literally one of Lemmy's, it's one I picked up from the beer festival a couple of years ago. What's a couple of years ago? 2017. So let's pour. No surprises, it's pale. Clear as a bell. And we have a decent head on it. We've got what, a couple of fingers of white head. It is relatively tight and compact. That should be it. Hopefully it's going to pick it up and focus. Maybe. Here we are. It's a decent looking pale ale. Let's be honest. Let's top her up a little bit and then get a whiff and see what we think. So as for the aromas, a little bit of pine. There's a little bit of something else. It's not tropical, but it's hoppy and it's malty. It smells alright. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. It's okay. It's a little bit, how can I put it? There's that thing that you get with pear drops that you also get with, what's the word, polystyrene cement that you used to put your Airfix models together with. And I can't think how I would describe it. It's just that kind of thing. It's a little bit lagery for me as well. I mean, it's not unpleasant, it's just not what I was expecting. It's malty, more than hoppy. It's tasty, don't get me wrong, and there's that it's a sharpness is what I'm getting from the pear drop thing. There's no pear flavour though, I'll say that now. But then again, for £1 a can, am I going to object? Yeah. It is more like a lager though than an IPA, or indeed a pale ale of most varieties. Yeah, I think it's got that kind of, those malts that have been used to give it that flavour. They're probably similar. I mean, I don't know. I have to check the recipe because Brewdog very kindly give their recipes online. I have to sort of compare it to some lager recipes and see what sort of similarities I can draw. Okay. So, Indie Pale Ale from Brewdog. What would I score you? Well, would I buy you again? It's a good question. Depends on what's on the shelf at the time. I mean, if it's just this and lager, I would pick this. If there was this or punk, for example, I'd pick punk. So the fact that I would buy it again suggests I would give it at least a 3, but how much more than a 3 would I give it? It's not particularly hoppy, so it's not going to go above 4, because that is a big criteria for me. To get a big score, it's got to be really hoppy, and it's got to have bitterness and pine notes and that kind of thing. It's got to have things that really tick all the boxes for me, and it doesn't have them. Excuse me, it's quite gassy. I would perhaps buy this more for other people because it's sensibly priced, it's inoffensive, it's neither strong, it's not weak, it's not gonna offend people who don't like hops. In the same vein, it's not going to offend a lager drinker who doesn't really like the sort of things that I like. It's an all-round safe beer, I think, is the way to put it. The CinemaScope thing, no. CinemaScope to me suggests big impact. Think a Hollywood superhero film. Think the kind of things you'd see in what's his face, Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool. That to me screams CinemaScope. This is more small screen Aussie soap opera. It's okay, but you know there's better out there. So I'm going to stick with a score of 3 out of 5 for Indie from Brewdog. So it's not to set my world on fire, I'm afraid, but it's passable, you know, just like an average Aussie soap opera, I guess. So there we are. That's been Brewdog Indie. I've been Nick, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.